Hey, welcome back to another day. This time we're going to go over the V, or the visualization part of the savers. And I've saved you the whole montage of me meditating and slowly stretching. And of course doing my affirmations and eating breakfast and getting in the car and driving and listening to some motivation. So that was my morning. And here I'm at the office and just talk to you now. So let's quickly go over our how-to guide here on how to visualize. And I'm not really good at it yet, so I'm glad we're going over this together. So hopefully we'll be learning in the process. So bear with me. This won't be as long as a read as the affirmations was. I think it's a little bit more self-explanatory, which is probably why it's a little bit harder to do. And the affirmations are really important to this whole thing because it keeps you on track, keeps you disciplined. So, all right, let's get into it and see what we learn. All right, I'm wearing my favorite sweater from Scotland that my mom got for me. So I'm gonna do another round of British accent. It makes it a little bit more fun for me to read. And I hope it makes it a little bit more enjoyable for you too. So you can pretend I'm like a very Americanized David Attenborough or something. So okay, here we go. The V in Savers stands for visualization, and visualizing what shining means to you can accelerate your success. What does it mean for me to shine? Visualization, also known as creative visualization or mental rehearsal, refers to the practice of seeking to generate positive results in your outer world by using your imagination to create mental pictures of specific behaviors and outcomes occurring in your life. Frequently used by athletes to enhance their performance, visualization is the process of imagining exactly what you want to achieve or attain, and then mentally rehearsing what you'll need to do to achieve or attain it. Many highly successful individuals, including celebrities, have advocated the use of visualization, claiming that it has played a significant role in their success, such as Bill Gates, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Anthony Robbins, and someone I've mentioned several times, Oprah. Tiger Woods, arguably the greatest golfer of all time, is famous for using visualization to mentally rehearse perfectly executing his golf swing on every hole. Another world champion golfer, Jack Nicklaus, has said, quote, "I never hit a shot, not even in practice, without having a very sharp, in-focus picture of it in my head," end quote. Will Smith stated that he used visualization to overcome challenges and visualized his accomplishments years before becoming a success. Another famous example is actor Jim Carrey, who wrote himself a check in 1987 in the amount of $10 million. He dated it for Thanksgiving 1995 and added in the memo line, "for acting services rendered." Then he visualized it for years, and in 1994 he was paid $10 million for a starring role in Dumb and Dumber. You don't have to be a celebrity or a professional athlete to visualize. You can experience its power right now. Most people are limited by visions of their past replaying previous failures and heartbreaks. Sometimes we visualize the future, but too often it's through a lens of fear or worry, thinking about what we might lose or how we could fail. Miracle Morning Visualization enables you to design the ideal vision for your life, which will occupy your mind, ensuring that the greatest pull on you is your future, a compelling, exciting, and limitless future. First, you see, then you believe it, and then you create it. But it starts with creating your vision. I will say this, the traditional method of visualization is flawed. As with traditional affirmations, the way visualization has been taught and practiced is not nearly as effective as it could be. Most experts have taught us to visualize the end result. They've instructed you to see yourself living in your mansion, driving your Ferrari, etc. This is a great start, but it's only half the equation. It is far too easy to imagine this ideal life, feel good about it, and then go back to doing the same things you've always done, and getting the same results you've always got. I'm going to teach you the other half of the equation. It is a highly effective technique which you will turn your long-term vision into short-term action, so that your long-term vision becomes inevitable. Here's how to do it. There are two parts of the Miracle Morning visualization. After you finish your affirmation segments of the savers, sit upright in your chair, the floor, or your living room couch, and whatever is comfortable for you, and then the first part of your visualization will be focused on the long term, the big picture, by visualizing your most important goal or dream. The second half will be visualizing yourself actually doing the activities that you need to do today to ensure that your long-term vision becomes a reality. The experts have the first part of visualization correct. You visualize your ideal end result. What you really want that's important and meaningful for you. For example, when I was working on buying my dream home, I visualized what it would look like. I imagined myself walking through every room in the house and I felt what it would feel like to own my own dream home. This long-term visualization increases both your desire to make your vision a reality as well as the belief that you can. As they say, seeing is believing, but you often have to see it before you start to believe it. You have to believe that it's possible. As I said a minute ago, it's far too easy to imagine this ideal life, feel good about it, and then go back to doing the same things you've always done and getting the same results you've always gotten. The second part of visualization, the most important, life-changing aspect of it, is visualizing short-term actions. After you've spent a few minutes visualizing what you want for your future, now you've got to visualize yourself taking the necessary actions today, and doing so with a smile on your face, with courage, and with laser-like focus on your highest priorities. This is where visualization supports you in taking the necessary actions that will produce your desired results. I simply visualize myself living my ideal day, performing all of my tasks with ease, confidence, and enjoyment. I see the happy faces of those I meet throughout the day. I see hour by hour my appointments and activities unfolding smoothly and easily. I also visualize bigger picture items. I visualize myself at my granddaughter's wedding, feeling healthy, strong, and dancing with her on this special occasion. Alright, 3 simple steps for Miracle Morning visualization. Okay, so you've done your silence and you've finished reading and perhaps writing your affirmations. Now is the prime time to visualize yourself living in alignment with your affirmations. Step 1. Some people like to play instrumental music in the background, such as classical or baroque. Check out anything from the composer Bach during their visualization. If you'd like to experiment with playing music, put it on the volume relatively low. Now sit up tall and get in a comfortable position. This can be on a couch, chair, floor, etc. Breathe deeply. Close your eyes, clear your mind, and get ready to visualize. Are you ready? I'm supposed to do it right now. Step 2. Visualize what you really want. Many people don't feel comfortable visualizing success and are even scared to succeed. Some people may experience resistance in this area. Some people may even feel guilty that they will leave the other 95% behind when they become successful. This famous quote from Marianne Williamson, from her best-selling book, A Return to Love, may resonate with anyone who feels mental or emotional obstacles when attempting to visualize. Our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There's nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We are born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. The greatest gift we can give to the people we love is to live to our full potential. What does that look like for you? What do you really want? Forget about logic, limits, and being practical. If you could have anything you wanted, do anything you wanted, and be anything you wanted, what would you have, what would you do, and what would you be? Visualize your major goals, deepest desires, and the most exciting, would totally change my life if I achieved them dreams. See, feel, hear, touch, taste, and smell every detail of your vision. Involve all of your senses to maximize the effectiveness of your visualization. The more vivid you make your vision, the more compelled you'll be to take the necessary actions to make them a reality. The point is that if you want to see yourself accomplishing what you set out to accomplish, and you want to experience how good it will feel to have followed through and achieved your goals, what do you see? How does it make you feel? Step 3. Visualize who you need to be and what you need to do. Coach explained the third step about how to visualize. Once you've created a clear mental picture of what you want, begin to visualize yourself living in total alignment with the person you need to be to achieve your vision. See yourself engaged in the positive actions you'll need to do each day. That could be exercising, studying, working, writing, making calls, sending emails, or just something else for you. Just make sure your vision is of yourself enjoying the process. See yourself smiling as you are running on the treadmill or road. Feel empowered and filled with a sense of pride for your self-discipline to follow through. Picture the look of determination on your face as you confidently, persistently make those phone calls, work on that report, or finally take action and make progress on your project that you've been putting off for far too long. Visualize your customers, colleagues, friends, family, and or your spouse responding to your positive demeanor and optimistic outlook. Final thoughts on visualization. As for some final thoughts on visualization, I want to give you some helpful tips. Keep in mind that this is in addition to reading your affirmations every morning. Doing this simple visualization process every day will turbocharge the programming of your subconscious mind for success. You'll begin to live in alignment with your ideal vision and make it a reality. Visualizing your goals and dreams is believed by some experts to attract your visions into your life. Whether or not you believe in the law of attraction, there are practical applications for visualization. When you visualize what you want, you stir up emotions that lift your spirits and pull you towards your vision. The more vividly you see what you want, the more intensely you allow yourself to experience now the feelings you will feel once you've achieved your goal. The more you make the possibility of achieving it feel real. When you visualize daily, you will subconsciously and automatically begin to align your thoughts and feelings with your vision. This makes it easier to maintain the motivation you need to continue taking the necessary actions. Visualization can be a powerful aid to overcoming self-limiting habits such as procrastination and taking the actions necessary to achieve your goals. Practice silence, affirmation, and visualization, and you will be conditioning your mind for success. You will quickly start to become the level 10 person you need to be to create and live a level 10 life. In fact, you will be amazed at what happens with consistent implementation of these 3 practices, even if you don't 100% believe it. But by putting into play just the first 50% of the lifesavers, you will already see significant and pleasant change. Alright, so that's the visualization component. I think that hopefully clears things up. Like for me, I would like have this picture in my mind of like being in Hawaii on the side of my house and going through the garden and smelling all the tropical vegetation and hearing the birds and just feeling the warm breeze. So that's kind of, you know, what I want. But visualizing how to get there is another thing, right? So for instance, making videos, looking at the reports, making sure I call people to remind them you know, what they're trying to do, and telling them how much I value them, and seeing if there's anything I can do to help them. You know, that's something it's, you know, you have to motivate yourself to. It's not something I think most people want to do, is to interrupt somebody else's day. So that's another thing I'll start incorporating to my visualizations. So I'm going to do that right after my affirmations like they suggested. So it just, you know, you get your day going the right way. So you are motivated to accomplish the tasks that you have to do in order to get where you want to be. Okay, I think that's it for today's little segment. It's relatively short, and because it's so short, I wanted to read something yesterday about mediocrity that will hopefully put a little bit more mindset towards this. Yesterday's video was over an hour, so I thought that's a bit much. So I'm gonna read it out loud now, and hopefully it'll make you think about the things in your life that you truly want and how to get there. And even if you're not self-employed, maybe you're just working 9 to 5, but you know, it's kind of soul crushing. There's something called the golden rule, or the golden hour, sorry, not the golden rule. The golden hour, or it's really an hour and a half, but that's you waking up an hour and a half earlier and using that time to do only that task that you want to do. For entrepreneurs or like successful people who want to keep exploring other avenues, and you know, as soon as their days get started, they gotta work on their business, and you know, they have no time to think about what other projects they want to take on. They use that hour and a half in the morning to thoroughly throw themselves into that project. And so, for example, if you want to be a writer, you wake up at the hour and a half early, you do your, you know, you can cram this all into 6 minutes. You can do, okay, a little bit more if you do your 3 minutes of workout in the morning. You can do 1 minute of silence. You can read your affirmations in 1 minute. You can visualize for 1 minute. You can scribe in your journal for 1 minute. You know, you can bang this out real quick, and then, of course, visualize yourself doing what you want to do to put that into a positive frame of reference, and then also encourage yourself to wake up in the morning, because then you have a chance to get to do what you want, and then, you know, that'll kick you out of bed. They're your own drive and motivation. So then you can dedicate that entire rest of the day to writing, or if you're just curious about another career or profession, you can use that time to study and get, you know, more knowledge about it, or you can use it for any other things that you want to apply for your life. And that way your 9 to 5 job doesn't crush you, and as soon as you come back from work, you're not exhausted from commuting, and you know, it's on, now you got to cook dinner, and as soon as that's over, then you're completely wiped out, and you're like, oh, I got another hour before bedtime, and I'm just gonna watch TV. So that's the way to get around you know, the inevitable vicious cycle of every day day-to-day mediocrity. Okay, so we're gonna talk about mediocrity here in the next video. So if you don't want to watch that, you can just skip ahead to the next day. Otherwise, we're gonna talk about it real quick. So that's yeah, that's gonna be next in the playlist. Okay, see you there.